Hello everyone, and welcome back to Steins Gate, my darling's embrace. I'm G, and we have been learning about future gadget number 12, Darling You Idiot. And I'm interested to see where this goes. We've been learning about them, but Kurisu seems a little hesitant about them. And also there were those headphones that I don't know exactly what the deal was with those, but there was something going on there. But anyways, Daru just got back and was yelling. The door burst open, and Daru rushed into the lab. Surprised by the sudden sound, Kurisu jumped in alarm. And then... I could have sworn I heard a strange electronic sound.
Oh, Daru-kun! What's got you in such a hurry?
Yeah, well, I just remembered that there's a special episode of Blood Tune on Nia Live, so I tried to get back here ASAP.
Wait. Between last episode and this episode... Is this a tell, like, Kurisu's got a thing for Daru? Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Oh my god.
Oh, that's right, Mayushi completely forgot.
For someone who avoids exercise as much as you do, you get really athletic when it involves something you're interested in.
I get shit done when I have to.
That's so cool.
I didn't mean it as a compliment.
Oops, I almost forgot. Hey, Makiseshi, can I use your computer for a while? Makiseshi?
The confusion in Daru's voice continued to rise.
Hey, Ocarina, is it just me or is Makiseshi shaking and looking traumatized?
It wasn't just Daru. When I looked at Kurisu, she was looking at her feet and trembling. I couldn't see her facial expression, but she was definitely acting weird.
Christian, what happened? Are you feeling sick?
What is it, assistant? Did you eat something bad? Yeah?
What the hell did you do, you idiot?
What? The rage in Kurisu's voice put me instinctively on the defensive, but something was different this time. He wasn't talking to me.
You have any idea what you just did?
Huh? Me? As in me?
For some reason, it seemed like Daru was in her sights. And Daru looks just as confused as I am about that.
That's right, Hashida, I'm talking about you.
Hey, wait, what did I do to you, Makiseshi?
She must have caught you giving her hair the old sniff or something.
Right, that makes... No, there's no way I'd ever get caught. I'm pro.
Daru-kun. Shut up, it's not anything perverted.
Then what could it be?
Hashida, you were incredibly loud when you burst in here.
Oh, that, huh? Yeah, I was in a hurry, so I guess I was pretty loud. Sorry if I surprised you or something. My bad.
My bad isn't gonna cut it.
Don't get mad at him, Christina. He really is apologetic. Why not let this go?
Okabe, how can you be so calm at a time like this? What do you mean?
The anger on her face gave way to serious concern. And she said a single word.
Switch.
Switch? I pressed number
12 switch when Hashida came in and surprised us.
If we were in a manga, this is where the giant wham would appear in the background. But now that she mentions it, the band on my wrist fits a little better than when I first put it on. But... Oh.
Huh? Me number 12? Or should I say, Darling You Idiot is complete?
What kind of reaction is that?
A normal one?
Yeah.
So is that what's on your wrist?
To be honest, none of us really got what Kurisu was so worked up about.
Listen, now that the switch is pressed, number 12 is officially activated.
I almost call it number 2. I can read, I promise. We know that, but if that's a problem, we can just turn it off, right? I reach the bracelet on my right wrist and look for the switch to turn it off. But... Huh? What's going on with this thing?
What's wrong, Okain?
I push the switch, but nothing's happening.
What?
I pressed it again. Still nothing. Kurisu looked at us with eyes as cold as ice, and spoke with a voice even colder.
It's useless.
Useless? What do you mean by that?
You can use the switch to turn the gadget on, but not off.
It took a while for me to understand what she was saying. It can turn on, it can't turn off. But that would mean...
I don't get it. Are you saying we can't turn it off once it's on?
That's exactly right. I see.
I see? You're awfully nonchalant.
And you're awfully panicky. If we can't turn it off, we simply take it off. I tried to slip number 12 off my wrist, but the fit was snug and didn't want to come off so easily. Damn you, you're stubborn for a device made by human hands. Tried again, this time with both of my hands. Until... Gah! Electricity shot through my right arm.
What was that? If you try to force the band off, it'll shock you. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? I thought it best that you learned through experience.
Oh, now she looks calm. This accursed woman will never be cute. Well, whether she's cute or not doesn't matter right now. Fine, then give me the key to unlock it.
There isn't one.
What? What did you just say?
I said there isn't one.
There's no key? You gotta be kidding me.
How are we supposed to take these off? That's why I was panicking this whole time. If this were just a joke, I wouldn't have gotten mad.
What she says makes sense. Hey, assistant! Why'd you make this thing in the first place?
Because you told me to.
Not that I recall.
That's because you sent the D-mail and changed the past, but it's definitely something you said.
Excuses, excuses. We're starting to get mad at each other. That's irrelevant, just get this off of me.
What if I could?
How can you call yourself a scientist if you're not prepared in the event of an emergency?
You're one to talk. I told you that it's not finished. Or did you forget about that too?
What was that?
What do you think?
We're staring at each other so intensely that our foreheads nearly touched. Sparks seemed liable to fly at any moment. However...
Ah! Ah!
Sparks didn't fly, but electric current flowed. Continuously.
Ah! My right arm!
Okay, man, now is not the time.
I'm not messing around, you idiot! My right arm really hurts! Okay, but give me your hand. What? Just do it!
I gave her my right hand as the electricity surges through me. She then took my right hand in her left.
What are you... Stop talking!
Our hands were as one, her left hand over my right. And the current flowing through my arm ceased. It stopped.
Phew.
Okay, what just happened?
I told you I made some adjustments. It's not just about infidelity anymore. Arguing or getting mad at each other will result in an electric shock.
Apparently, Kursu's adjustments also involved getting rid of a removal mechanism. She wanted to make it a device that could help a couple make up instead of simply punishing the cheater. Truly an idea befitting the modern woman. So this is your fault. It's exactly what an American-born girl who's never dated anyone would think.
Shut up, cherry boy.
What'd you say?
You want to go? Stop it, you two. If you don't, you're gonna get zapped again. True.
We were close to getting into an argument again, but Mayuri stopped us. Right, now's not the time to quarrel. We have to figure out how to get out of this situation. And in that regard, at least, Kursu seems to agree with me. Then, Daru slowly raised his hand.
Hey, you two.
What is it, Daru?
You come up with something?
He really is my right arm. He's already come up with a brilliant idea.
Can I go watch Nia live now?
What's wrong with you?
Another electric shock.
So once you feel connected to each other, the bracelets will come off, right?
That's correct. She then proceeded to explain the functions of Darling, you idiot. They are as follows. The monitoring of body temperature, blood pressure, pulse, and perspiration. Should they indicate one user is unfaithful to the other, the device will administer a minor but painful electric shock. Should a user try to remove it by force, the device will administer an electric shock. Should the user get emotional due to an argument or the like, the device will administer an electric shock. Should the users move more than 1 meter away from each other, the device will administer an electric shock. Should the users hold hands, the shocks will cease. And the device will come off once it judges that its users' feelings are intertwined. That's the end. This means that the bracelets monitor and analyze the emotions of their wearers based on physical indicators, but there's no practical data proving their accuracy. And while we could just wait for the battery to die, this gadget both uses a primary cell and a solar photocell, so it would last at least a week. Meaning that our only options for removing these are to shock ourselves silly or for Kurisu and I to get in sync. Mayuri laughs that off as if it's an easy task, but Kurisu and I know just how difficult that's going to be.
Still, how long are you guys gonna keep holding hands? It's disgusting normie behavior.
I'd stop if I could.
Oh, wait, that was Rintro.
And stop if I could.
That's my line.
And just like that, we're in another argument. So if we don't hold hands, we're liable to be completely fried.
Well, there is a silver lining here.
What do you mean?
Well, every new gadget needs testing, right? This is it.
Oh, you've got a good point.
Mayuri agreed with Daru.
And also, I bet the darling you idiot will help Okuri and Chris-chan get along better.
Terrible opinion from an uninvolved party. There's no way I'll be able to put up with this girl and her half-trigger temper for an entire week. I really need to start thinking about how to get out of this situation.
This wouldn't have happened if you didn't ask me to make this stupid stuff in the first place.
It wouldn't have happened if you weren't a professor of Virginomics. As soon as one of us opens our mouths, this happens. This isn't going to lead to a productive discussion. Fortunately, it seems that Kurisu came to the same conclusion.
Time out, let's figure out what we're gonna do about this. It's no use thinking in hypotheticals.
It's no use thinking in hypotheticals. Unless you're us! I can't believe it! How could I have forgotten something so important? What? Oh wait, nope.
What time is it?
I was checking the clock before she'd finished her sentence. It was past 6 p.m. But maybe it's not too late.
What's going on? What are you two talking about?
D-mail!
You mean with PhoneWave-chan?
That's clever. If we can change the past with D-mail, you'll be in the clear.
Exactly! I dragged Kurisu into the development room as fast as I could. In a flash, we'd set up the phone wave name for the change. My previous experiments have shown that we can use the phone wave from noon to 6 p.m. But those time constraints are just approximations, not concrete restrictions. On certain occasions, I've even been able to use it after 6 p.m. That said, we do not yet know what causes this variance. Regardless, if the timing doesn't line up today, we'll be forced to stay like this until at least tomorrow afternoon.
It's ready.
Everything is set up. We just have to send the D-mail. I took out my phone to write a message, and stopped as if I were struck by something.
What are you doing, Okabe? Hurry up!
What do I write? And when do I send it?
Well,
You can send up to 3 D-mails of 6 full-width Japanese characters, or 12 1-byte English characters each. With proper timing and concise writing, we can deliver a message within the character limit. You have to be careful. I told myself just as much the other day.
we should probably prevent ourselves from ever developing this new gadget, right?
That sounds wise. Like she said, we won't end up in this situation if we put the kibosh on its development. Stop new gadget development at once! The message will read that thing that I just said. That should be enough. If we don't try to make that new gadget, then we can change the situation. We can keep Darling You Idiot from ever existing. But it'll probably wipe numbers 9 through 11 from existence too. But I'll come up with some way to fund our lab. There's nothing to worry about. The D-mail is written. All that's left is a tap of my thumb.
Okabe.
Kurisu urges me on. With that, I press the button.
Okabe, what are you doing?
When you think about it, we don't have to stop all gadget development, do we?
Well, I guess not.
We put so much time and effort into making new gadgets that throwing them away feels like a waste. And if we erase them all, there's a chance that we won't be able to escape bankruptcy.
But then what should we do?
We only have to do something about number 12, right? Why don't we just cancel number 12's development? If we put a stop to that alone, we could keep the other gadgets. Which would still let us make money. We just have to change the wording from new gadget to number 12.
It's fine by me. Now hurry up and send it.
I read my phone and adjusted the message. Stop development at once. Stop number 12 development at once. That should be the end of number 12. We can finally free ourselves from this hell. Number 12 will be wiped from existence before its development can even begin. Kursu will never come up with her sickly sweet idea or her odd adjustments. Everything should be squared away. All I have to do is press the button. And all our problems will be solved.
What's wrong now, Okabe?
Nothing. That's right, there's nothing to be worried about. Number 12 will never be created. And we won't have any problems.
Come on, Okabe, what are you doing?
You know, number 12 isn't all that bad. In fact, with a few improvements, I kind of think that number 12 could become a decent gadget. It might even be a big hit. I can't let that chance slip through my fingers. We could just tell ourselves not to put the bands on, couldn't we?
Sure, fine, just do something. We have no time.
Right! With Kursu's support, I changed the message yet again. Do not wear number 12 for any reason. That'll do. Alright, now I have to send the message. This way we don't have to stop gadget development. And number 12 will exist. We'll just have Kursu make the improvements and get rid of those bizarre functions. Make it more accessible, simpler. Then it'll be a fine product. And in the end, everything will work out perfectly. But, is there any other way? Is this truly the best choice? Shouldn't we think it over once more? Carefully. There have to be alternatives.
Ah, damn it!
Gah! I've been punched in the back. What do you think you're doing?
Stop being so indecisive. What more do you need to worry about?
I'm not worrying about anything. I'm trying to make the best choice possible so we don't run into any pitfalls.
Stop wasting our time and send the message. If you don't want to have to spend the night like this.
I know, just don't rush me.
Ah, you're driving me crazy.
Kursu reached out and tried to grab my phone. What are you doing?
If you're going to take so long, I'll do it for you.
Excuse me?
Your last email experiment messed everything up for us. Let me send you a message telling you not to do it.
Hold on, you're seriously going all the way back to my last email?
Just shut up already. That experiment was the origin of all of this, right? And intervening is our best option. But give it to me.
She almost grabbed my phone again, so I promised to change the message in accordance with her request. Reconsider D-mail experiment. This time for sure, I'm going to press the button. We don't have time to be indecisive. All I have to do is press the button. Then my D-mail experiment will never have happened. We're returning to our original world line. There's nothing to be indecisive about.
Why are you just staring? Hurry up!
I know! This time I'll send it.
Just give it to me, I'll do it.
Kursu tries to grab my phone again. Don't worry, I'm sending it now. We're out of time. I finally press the button. And then, the world around me blurred and distorted. My reading Steiner activates. The world line shifts. Or not. This means that we were probably too late. Oh wait, no, that's just the same text. I was trying to open the phone. Ha! Whoops. Kursu and I look down at our wrists in unison. We blink several times to make sure. But no matter how many times we blink, number 12 remains affixed to our wrists. I check the clock, 6:15 p.m. While our time constraints were vague and mercurial, I suppose late is late.
Give me that!
Ah! An enraged Kursu snatched my phone away. She types a message. Sends it. Nothing happens. She types another. Sends it. Still nothing happens. She looked almost pathetic trying to send a email over and over again. It was too tragic a sight to keep watching, so I put my hand on her shoulder. That's enough. I know how you feel, but things won't change, no matter how we try. Oh! She turned and looked me straight in the eyes. Her face was contorted by sadness as she snarled out, "This is all your damn fault!" Her voice was fraught with tears. Things won't change no matter how we try? Seriously? Stop trying to act cool, you ass! It's your fault that we didn't send the email earlier. Wait, calm down. How can I be calm? What are you going to do about this? I just want you to calm down. If you don't... Ah! Ah! An electric shock ran through both of us. Ouch! See, I told you. Right, I was so mad I forgot about that. You made this thing and forgot what it did? What are you, a goldfish? Come again? Wait, I'm telling you, don't get upset. I can't believe you're the one keeping a level head. I almost delivered a snarky rejoinder, but I know it would result in another shock. I swallowed my words and left the development room with the equally defeated Kurisu. Aporia, pitiful grief. Alright, we got mail. What's the mail? It's from Hoen Kyoma. Stop number 12 development 1. Stop number 12 development 1. Reconsider email experiment. Guts. Oh yeah, okay, that was the thing from before. Nope, come back.
Oh, hey, how'd it go? Did it work?
We returned to the main room to my easing position.
Meishi, look, they still have number 12 on their wrists. It didn't work.
Alright, I guess they were too late.
As if I needed more proof of the D-mail's failure, Daru Mayuri's awareness of the situation made it abundantly clear. Though I hardly cared at this point. I was focused on finding another solution. I recalled number 12's basic functions. The monitoring of body temperature, blood pressure, pulse, and perspiration. Should they indicate one user is unfaithful to the other, the device will administer a minor but painful electric shock. Should a user try to remove it by force, the device will administer an electric shock. Should the user get emotional due to an argument or the like, the device will administer an electric shock. Should the users move more than 1 meter away from each other, the device will administer an electric shock. Should the users hold hands, the shocks will cease. And the device will only come off once it determines the user's feelings are as one. I won't be able to send another D-mail until at least noon tomorrow. Meaning that for the next 18 hours, Kurisu and I are effectively joined at the hip. And I really can't imagine that we'll be able to satisfy the device's removal conditions in the process. If only because it's me and Kurisu. It's hard to think that 18 hours stuck together will improve our relationship. So now what? How should I know? You tell me. I can tell you this. I really don't want to spend the night with you in this state. Took the words right out of my mouth.
There, calm down, you two.
Mary put a gentle end to the argument. Just in time, too. If the words had started flying, the electricity would have, too.
You make the same mistake over and over again. You really never learn, do you?
Ah. Hot meat kettle.
You know what, okay? Maybe thinks that this is your chance to make friends with Chris-chan.
If we could do that, we wouldn't be suffering.
I hate to say it, but I agree with Okabe.
Wow, this is rare. Shouldn't this come off now that we're so in sync?
It's not that simple, you idiot.
It's like every word this woman speaks is scientifically chosen to piss me off. If I didn't have this on, I would tell her once and for all who rules this lab.
Why is that? It's so strange.
What are you talking about, Meishi? What's strange?
Well, if I'm friends with both Okabe and Chris-chan, then shouldn't Okabe and Chris-chan be able to become friends too?
An innocent idea from an innocent girl. If such a thing were possible, mankind would have joined hands in a peaceful brotherhood a long, long time ago.
Brotherhood? Okabe and Mayushi are like a brother and sister even though we're not related, so... maybe it really is impossible. I guess it might eventually?
I don't understand her words, but the conclusion seems valid.
Anyway, back to number 12. Is there any other way to get this off?
If there were, I wouldn't be panicking.
First of all, shouldn't there be a safety lock or something if you're going to sell this? That's why I told you it wasn't finished. And did you really have to make it so indestructible in the first place? You're the one who told me to make it as perfect as possible. I don't recall. You never do unless it's convenient. If I said I don't recall, I don't recall.
Okay, cut it out. Keep this up and you're both going to get zapped again.
This is all because you surprised us. This is all because you surprised us. Ah! Ah!
Hey, I tried to warn you.
I look at the clock. It's past 7:30 p.m. How has it only been an hour? Okay, Christian, are you okay? Mary looks at our faces one after the other. In just over an hour, we'd been shocked more times than I could count on my fingers. You'd think that would inspire me to be more careful, but I can't help but get angry when Kurisu's around.
Hey, you guys really should try to remember that you'll get zapped whenever you start arguing.
I know that, you don't have to tell me.
If that was true, you would stop.
If I could, this wouldn't be hell. I wouldn't get mad if you would, just think before you speak. You're the one who keeps trying to get the last word. Really? I'm the one? You're doing it now. Just like that, we're in an argument as soon as we open our mouths. But my body can't keep taking these shocks. It's only been an hour. Will we even survive until noon tomorrow? Hey, Mayushi has an idea. You two should hold hands. Eh?
Oh, that's right. You won't get zapped if you're holding hands.
That's true. I had just gone over number 12's functions, too. What's wrong with me? I completely missed the most obvious solution. Okabe. Kurisu gives me her left hand. Yeah. I nod slightly and offer my right. We hold each other's hands. Ooh. They were at each other's... Oh, wait.
They were at each other's throats a moment ago, and now they're holding hands. It brings a tear to my eye.
Oh my god. Tears to my eyes.
Why can't I read?
And... How did you forget about such an important function? And you call yourself my assistant? How did you forget something you just told me? How are you this stupid? How are you still alive? Say that again. With pleasure. Oh, it was nice while it lasted.
Sure was.
We wouldn't be in this mess if you could have just written your stupid message faster. Says the woman who switched the gadget on in the first place. The gadget that I only made because you told me to. Well, maybe if you never did that lecture on time travel.
Hey, Mayushi.
What is it, Daru-kun?
How much longer do you think they can keep arguing?
I may not be getting any visits from Zappy-san, but this is getting to be a little much.
Still, doesn't this remind you of something?
What?
The lover's quarrel.
Yeah, it really does. Hey, who said this is a lover's quarrel? Yeah, how on earth could you think that?
Did you just say how on earth?
Yeah. Mayuri stared at Kurisu and our conjoined hands.
Well, you're holding hands and arguing at the same time. Anyone would think you look like lovers, SMH.
True, but we have no other choice. Excuse me. Mayuri abruptly raised her hand.
Yes, Mayushi.
Mayushi thinks that you should stop arguing.
Seconded. You've been arguing about the same stuff over and over again, and it's starting to get boring.
I'm not doing this for their entertainment. But even I'd begun to think that this war of words wouldn't lead anywhere. No, in reality, I'd realized that long ago. I was merely waiting for a chance to say so. As I looked at Kurisu, I could see worry in her face. Perhaps she felt the same. That's true. In fact, I kind of agree with Mayuri and Daru. I have no objection to that. So why don't we stop blaming each other from now on? Sure. That would have been a great time for the two of us to shake hands if we weren't holding hands already. This probably won't put an end to our arguing on a larger scale, but it seems like we have a temporary truce at least. So what are you guys gonna do today? Huh? What do you mean? Well, they can't be more than 1 meter away from each other, right? And, I think Chris-chan lives in a hotel in Ochanamizu.
Don't even joke about that. I'm sorry, but there's no way I'd ever take Okabe back to a hotel. I had the perfect retort lined up, but knowing that it would spark another argument, I managed to hold my tongue at the very last second. Are you going to spend the night here then? Unfortunately, it seems we have no choice. What do you think, Christian? If that's our only option, then that's what we have to do. I see. After we answered, Mayuri seemed lost in thought. Hey, I'm sorry, but I have to go home. Well, I thought as much. How about you, Darakun?
I'll be heading home soon.
That means that my Ocarina and Christian will be left alone. Do you think that's okay? That's right. I had forgotten something very important. As it gets dark, Kurisu and I will be left alone. Which means... Wait, that's terrible. Help me out. Maybe wants to stay with you, but I have to go home tonight. Please. I'm sorry, Christian. Can't believe this. Oh, but maybe Daru-kun can stay here. Huh? Hashida? Kurisu looked at me and Daru one after another. 3 of us, Okabe, Hashida, and me.
Oh, I'll stay here if you say. Don't let me spend the night alone.
Hell no.
Don't worry, it's not like Ocarina and I will double team you or anything.
Stay away, you perv. Did you really think I'd ask you to stay here after hearing that? He makes a good point.
You're so harsh. It was one of your American jokes.
Call that a joke? Coming from you, it sounds more like a sexual threat.
Maybe he's right about you being harsh, assistant.
Well, anyway, I've got things to do, so I really should get home.
So in the end, Kurisu and I will be left here alone after all.
Oh, okay, but I'll be fine, Christian. He doesn't look like it. Ocarina's gentleman. I don't think he'd do anything weird. That's right, isn't it, Ocarine?
You wouldn't know it by looking at me, but I'll have you know that if you look up gentleman in some dictionaries, you will see the definition Okabe Rintaro.
See?
Under the subsection, gentleman perv.
Now I'm even more worried.
As my assistant, you've spent the night here numerous times in the past. There's no reason to worry now.
Seriously? No matter how you look at it, this isn't remotely the same situation.
I'm just trying to tell you not to worry, damn it.
Anyway, if you try anything weird, I'm going to yell as loud as I can.
Well, if you try anything weird, I'll never forgive you.
Why would I ever do that?
What an annoying conversation. Think about it, she's just my assistant. We're only going to spend one night together. What does she think I'm going to do? What? Yeah, it's me. What's that? Did you say my assistant may be working for the organization? There's nothing to worry about. Even if that were true, a girl who probably has a weird Mongolian spot on her butt would never shake my focus.
Hey, that's pretty rude.
Quiet down, spot butt.
There are no spots on me anywhere. You two quit arguing?
Mary spoke up in a rare fit of anger.
Okay, maybe she's going home now, but you guys better be nice to each other. No more arguing.
Roger.
Sorry. Good, that's what I like to hear. So, what are you gonna do, Darakun?
Oh, I'm going home too. Before I do, Ocarine,
What is it?
can I use those parts in the lab for the new gadget I'm currently working on?
Yeah, of course. The lab is in your hands. Do whatever you like.
Okie dokie.
What? You're seriously planning on making more gadgets?
Naturally, just because you create a new product for us doesn't mean that we're going to stop working. Don't presume that you're the only one holding up this lab.
I didn't presume anything. Okay then, we're leaving now. You two be nice.
Ocarine, don't forget your promise to stay pure until our wedding night.
I never agreed to that. It's after 9 p.m. Mayu and Daru left about 5 minutes ago. In that time, the silence has only been broken by the ticking of the clock. Neither one of us has said a word. I can feel the tension in the air. I'm sure there's been situations that put Kurisu and I alone in this room before. At least, as far as I can remember. But I didn't think anything of them at the time. Neither did she, most likely. At a glance, this is the same sort of thing. But what's with this tension in the air? It's so thick I can hardly breathe. Don't tell me this is going to last until tomorrow afternoon. I don't think I'll be able to take it. The worst part about all this is the silence. So maybe if I break the silence, things will get back to normal. One word. That's all it would take to fix things. Okay. Wait, no. Yeah, whatever. What awful timing. Our words stumbled over each other. What? No, it's nothing. What were you going to say?
Nothing in particular.
Silence again. Damn it, why would she start talking when she's got nothing to say? No, she must have been thinking the same thing I was. Our awkward timing ruined any chance at a conversation. Something. There's got to be something we can talk about. What did we talk about up till now, anyway? Now that I think about it, it's only been about 10 days since we first met. We've talked about time travel, D-mail, experiments, and gadgets. In fact, so much of our conversation has been centered around gadgets that we haven't spent any time in casual conversation with one another. Of course, discomfort will arise when we're forced into a situation like this. And this awkwardness will only continue until something is done. Anything. We just have to say something. I'm getting thirsty.
Well, it is really hot today.
Good thing we're stocked up on Dr. P.
I've heard that this year is going to be hotter than ever. Record-breakingly hot.
Oh no, I think I drank the last of it yesterday.
One of my friends told me that it's hot in the US right now as well.
I really should have bought some more for today.
I wonder when they'll formally redact the inaccurate statement that carbon dioxide is the main cause of global warming.
I can't believe this.
It really is hard to believe.
This is all wrong. It almost looks like we're having a conversation, but we're just rambling to ourselves. How long can we monologue like this? There's no way we can keep it up until noon tomorrow. None. And why is it so hard to come up with something to talk about all of a sudden? There's only one thing I can do in a situation like this. What's wrong? You've been acting strange for quite a while. You're hardly your usual self, Christina.
Now what are you doing?
Offering you a bit of information. I, Ho-Win Kyoma, am a mad scientist and only care for research and experimentation. My ultimate goal is destroy the system that governs this world and plunge it into chaos.
And why are you telling me this?
Because my love of science comes before all else. I have little need for women and the things that accompany them.
Wait, Okabe, is that what you're into?
What do you mean by that?
Well, how can I put this gingerly? Bacon lettuce, or blacklist, or British Library?
Huh? What in the world are you getting at?
You know, I don't want to say it out loud and embarrass you.
Bacon lettuce. BL. Wait, boys love? You're the one who should be embarrassed. You must be the kind of girl who starts coupling every two guys she sees. Why would Daru and I ever?
Stop, you idiot! Don't make me imagine that!
You're the idiot! Stop imagining horrible things! Oh god, now I'm almost imagining it.
Let me just say that I'm not into that kind of stuff either. Besides, Mayuri's the only other girl you ever hang out with, and you always say you're just childhood friends. Besides, you just...
What did I just do to make you think this of me?
It's not what you did, it's what I heard. The promise you and Hashida made.
Promise?
Just brought it up, about staying pure until your wedding night.
What?
I'd heard that men weren't willing to wait anymore, but maybe that's not true.
Stop talking nonsense. Daru was just joking around, and I never promised anything of the sort.
Sure.
I'm serious. I'm a sexual carnivore. If I had the chance, I'd eat you whole.
If you had the chance? Eat me whole?
Kurisu wordlessly slid away from me. How could this happen while I was trying to soothe her anxieties? Methinks this girl is a little too nervous.
That's the complete opposite of what you just said.
Wait, I was just responding to what you were saying. I don't plan on doing anything.
You called yourself a sexual carnivore.
Just calm down. If you move any farther away from me...
Ah! Ah!
Ah! I was interrupted by a jolt of electricity. I tried to warn you.
And I told you to... I asked you to warn me a little earlier.
Perhaps because she realized anger would lead to another shock, Kurisu calmed herself halfway through her sentence. That last shock must have her feeling a little more cautious. Anyway, if you're worried, I'll say it again. I swear I won't do anything. I mean it. You have nothing to worry about. Can I really trust you? I swear to Einstein. I raise my right hand as I take the oath. Alright, if you say so, I'll trust you. Good. Now that that's out of the way, we've got to find a better way to spend our time. The longer the silence and inaction continues, the slower time seems to pass. The way we experience time is not absolute, but relative. According to the general theory of relativity, the way our bodies experience time is dependent on gravity. Naturally, changing gravity is beyond us at the moment. Which is why it's so critical for us to find some activity that makes it feel as though time is passing more quickly. To distract ourselves until noon tomorrow. Let's see, why don't we pass time by playing a game? Like a video game? Do you have any around here? I'm not sure, but let's go look for something we can play on the PC in the development room. And I think that that is a pretty good place to cut it. So very much happened. There was a lot that happened there. Oh my god. Wow. First of all, I didn't expect the phone wave to even be active, given that Tanoji is on vacation. And just this whole situation is just so absolutely wonderfully ridiculous that I love it. It's so dumb. It's incredible. Love it. But I'm interested to see where this goes. I feel like the phone wave situation is absolutely where the divergence is between the various routes, and I would have gotten a different ending if I had actually sent the D-mail at any of those points, whether it was the first, second, third, or fourth revision. But since I didn't send any of them, you know, it just didn't happen in the first place. But I feel like, you know, we'll get there by the time, you know, we actually get to this ending. We'll figure it out from there. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I'm really looking forward to it. So, thank you all so much for following my playthrough of Steins Gate, My Darling's Embrace, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.